Right, guys, so Elliot wave. Okay, Elliot wave. Okay. Now, Elliot wave is and always will be a divisive subject. Okay, people love the sound of Elliot wave, that it works really well. Elliot wave theory. Um, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you basically, what elements of this I actually need in my everyday trading. Okay, so well, let's cover some fundamentals of Elliott wave. Okay, so what we need to know is the market moves in waves of five. Okay, so if you don't know that, you do now. Okay, so now Elliott wave. Okay, a lot of the basic training you see for Elliott wave, it looks like this. Okay, this isn't necessarily an Elliott wave pattern. It can almost look sideways, but for the purposes of what we're looking at, okay, this is an Elliott wave, and the breakdown of that is there's five waves. Okay, so the first, so obviously the first one is impulsive, the third one is impulsive, and the fifth one is impulsive. Yeah. And at the end, I'm going to tell you exactly why I don't really need to know this. Okay, well, why I don't need to know it in depth. Okay, so this is wave one going up. Okay, this is wave three going up. This is wave five going up. Okay, so the odd numbers are always the impulsive phase. Okay, the even numbers are always the corrective phase. Okay, so this is your consolidation. The way that we look at how to trade, that's your consolidation. That's your consolidation. Okay, so these are your retracements. So 2 and 5 are your corrective waves. Okay, nice and easy. So, you don't need to go massively more advanced, really. Okay, so if you know that the market works in waves of five, not five, four, four's corrective. Okay, then all you need to look for really is, a push, a retrace, a push, a retrace, a push. Now, what will happen at the top after the fifth wave? Generally, you'll get some kind of pattern. It'll either be a continuation pattern, okay, or a reversal pattern. Okay, so let's say, for instance, at the top there is, let's say XA, B, C, D. Yeah, so there's a harmonic pattern at the top. Okay, that D point, that's a continuation. Yeah, if it was something such as, well, that it could be a reversal harmonic pattern as well. But what we can look for is stuff like head and shoulders. Okay, a reversal chart pattern. Usually it comes at the top of a trend. Okay, and then what will happen from that point is it's likely, we know if a head and shoulders pattern is successful, it's likely to go the distance of between the head and the neckline. So we know it's going to correct. Okay, the trend is going to correct down the same distance as the head to the neckline, roughly. Okay, all this is in the middle of an XABCD pattern. So you've got some kind of harmonic scan in here that says, you know what, there's a corrective pattern going on here, and what will happen after that is you don't really know. Okay, so that's part of the reason why with head and shoulders formations, I'll take profit at the end of the head and shoulders formation. I'm not bothered whether price continues down or not. If it does, I'll get in it. If it fails and goes up, I'll look for the next one. But in the middle of these waves, okay, in the middle of these waves, there's five more waves. Yeah, so it layers. Okay, depends on time frame. So again, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then within them there's more 5 waves and more 5 waves and more 5 waves. Now there's Fibonacci ratios up the yin yang, for the rules that are set by this theory. Okay, is that if the first leg's 38.2, the second leg 50%, you're going to get a sideways retracement, all random stuff. Okay, so you don't need to know the rules. Okay, and the reason we don't need to know the rules is because we know where price is going to retrace to. Okay, regardless. Yeah, of why do we need to know Elliott wave theory? We don't. And the reason for that is, okay, if there's a push above a demand zone, 80–90% of the time, it's going to come down and test that zone and move up. Yeah, and you can rest assured it's going to be some kind of, it's going to be a 38 to a 50 or a 60, 61.8 the majority of the time. Okay, the other thing that's useful to know is leg 2 is usually the longest one. It's usually the most impulsive. So if you see the first leg come up, okay, and there's a correction, if you can get on the wave, the third wave 3, sorry, the impulsive wave, that's likely to be the longest wave. And again, where's it going to stop? Supply. Yeah. So actually, you know, the Fibonacci, the basic Fibonacci retracement levels, yeah, sure, that's great. Okay, but the actual theory behind Elliott wave, we do not need to know generally. Okay, so there are some corrective patterns that we do use. Okay, so I pretty much top out at the 3 drives. Okay, so if you remember the XABCD, okay, how do I refer to that as in both its forms? XABCD. Very, very simple. Okay, if I see one of these forming, it's a potential reversal pattern, yeah? That's an M, that's a W. Okay, so I remove the harmonics from the chart because it overcomplicates it. Okay, if I can see there's a wave of 5 and there's a W forming or a double top or what they say a flat, okay, or something like this, you know, if it's on a 5th wave, I know that something's going to happen, and there's a chart pattern forming. Okay, so chart pattern to me, it's not a a feature of Elliott wave. It's just a chart pattern. Yeah, so it can correct again down the size of the if it from the head to the neckline, if that's 50 pips, it's going to go down 50 pips roughly before the trend, okay, either continues or keeps falling. Okay, and again, these are on the top of your 5 waves. Okay, these are your XABCDs. These are your ABCDs. Your 3 drives formation. Yeah. So it's actually very, very basic, and the reason I don't use it and I don't know the theory and I don't need to know the theory really is because I'm looking to catch the impulse. Okay, I'm not looking to hold trade longer than the impulse. Yeah. So if I've got a range set out, I know where the impulse is going to start. I know where the impulse is going to finish. Okay, I don't need to know the theory. But what is nice, reversal patterns, we need to know that. Yeah. Continuation patterns. Okay, so you take these corrective waves. What do you think a corrective wave is? Consolidation down can be a corrective wave. Okay, flag, wave 2, wave 4. Yeah. It can be a triangle like ascending triangle, for instance. It can be sideways. It can be sideways consolidation. Yeah, so there are rules on when you're going to get sideways consolidation, when you're not going to get sideways consolidation, but we don't need to know them. Okay, if you see some sideways consolidation forming, it's just a range to us. Yeah, that's a trading range. Yeah, if you could look further into it and see that this is probably wave 4. Yeah, so there's a good chance of an impulse up. Okay, but if you look at the chart structure, you don't even need to know that really. Okay, you're just trading with the trend and having a basic, very, very basic overview that generally, 5 wave is generally how the charts work. Okay, so if you can see that, then you can, it's helping your edge a little bit, and it's always useful to have 5 Elliott wave guys around. Okay, but more than this isn't really, required for me to trade successfully. I almost never use that stuff. I limit myself to that, not the harmonics. Okay, I'll do a bit of ABCD. I'll do some 3 drives. Okay, and I know that at the top of a 3 drives formation, price is going to drop. So You get the ABCD. Okay, three drives is just another push up. Yeah, and then the drop. But you know, the thing with me is, if there's an ABCD forming, okay, you know, if it doesn't reach the supply zone, I'm not going to sell it anyway. Yeah. So if my supply zone was here, you know, and you know I had an ABCD, yeah. So that would be the A, B, C, D. Yeah. I'm not going to sell it just because it's an ABCD pattern. Yeah. So you don't need to know it. All you need to know is there's a supply zone above. There's probably going to be an extra wave. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 3 wave. 3 drives. Okay, so you know that's pretty much the limit of my knowledge, and I have got all the rules. I've been through the rules. I know some of the rules off the top of my head. Okay, but if you take anything away, the only thing to take away is yes. Okay, the market will generally move in waves of 5. At the top, okay, you will have some kind of either reversal pattern, harmonic pattern, something like that. Okay, and it's likely price will drop substantially. Okay, may even go slightly lower than the high here before either continuing down or going up. Yeah. For us, all that means is where's our demand, where's our supply. You know, that's what it means to us. It's we keep it that simple. Okay, that all the stuff that thousands of people, you know, spend thousands of pounds of money on this stuff. You know, we just trade the box. Just trade the box, guys. Yeah. But it's nice to know this stuff, okay? And then it's also nice to know that leg 2 is generally the most impulsive. I will find the rules on when leg 2 is going to be the most impulsive. But then it also goes on to say that one leg will always be bigger than the other 2. And leg 5 is usually the shortest one, which makes sense because price would be exhausting at that point, you'd think. So, you know, I don't know if this video helps anyone. Yeah, that is, you know, the extent of the use of harmonics and Elliot wave in what we do. You just go on a chart if you're interested. I'll post the Baby Pips link for it because it's useful as a basic overview. Okay, but you don't. Although I appreciate people want to learn new things all the time, and it's fantastic to do that. Okay, well, for what we do, it's not really required. Okay, but again, like I say, it's very nice to have some people that know this stuff because it is useful stuff. Okay, thanks guys.